Alright, we're clear. Let's see. We can't see much of anything at all, but we can see a tower we can head toward. For now, we're just stuck in this top right-hand quadrant, poor quarter. Well, let's head over there, see what we can uncover.
Good day, my friend. If there's anything I can help you with, anything at all, do not... Come, people. Come see what I have to offer. Yes, come. I have exactly what you need. Come to an end.
Just by walking around and looking at things, you can pretty easily tell that crowds are going to be our biggest threat, particularly when we're escaping from the bad guys.
Fires of war consume the land, and thousands of lives are lost in its defense. It seems a tragedy, but I say this is an honor to die in service to God, fighting for what we believe in. There is no greater glory than this.
Well, there's more. Much more.
I stand before you to deliver a warning.
So, where we find ourselves at right now is a pretty prominent structure in the area. It's a rather large mosque. We'll get a better angle in a moment or two. That over there is a viewpoint we're going to be going after.
Odd. Why would he do that?
South comes the English king and his infidel army. They leave horrors in their wake.
These seem to be called minaret towers. I think I'm pronouncing that correct. The thing is, a minaret tower is typically attached physically, or at least right next to, an actual mosque.
Grant us victory.
This could very well just be a regular tower of sorts, though, because we'll see one that is attached to a mosque in a minute, and it looks much different.
Of our great civilization. Make no mistake. It is our very existence we are fighting for.
You'll note it has kind of a spiky top. Come on. As you'll see, the city's layout is pretty darn impressive. We just passed through some bazaar of sorts. You can see the mosque back there. Over there, we'll come to later. That's the souk, which is going to be a pretty central part in this segment of the game. So, first order of business. We need to head down to the bureau, get our bearings. As you can see, there are a lot of viewpoints, and as we uncover those, more things will become... pickpocket. And we'll deal with the pickpocket later. You can hear someone screaming over here. Gotta rescue someone from the guards again. It's a guy once again, so we're gonna get scholars for saving him.
Why are you doing this?
ردوها علي.
Everything's down! After him! Faster! This won't be too difficult. You will not get away from me!
You'll see that fellow on the right there in the brown. He's the next tier up soldier. If we stall enough, he'll actually try grabbing us.
May God have mercy on your soul.
So let's just take him out. There we go. Combo kill. Anyhow, as you'll see here, getting overly aggressive will come back to bite you in the ass. Now then, where was I? Back to the central region, near that mosque I was mentioning before. We've got a little bit of a viewpoint to climb right next to it. It's pretty distinctive throughout the rest of the city. You may see a lot of dome buildings off in the distance, but this will stand out in particular because its minaret tower here has an onion-like top. So, as opposed to the others, which are very spiky and conical, this one you'll be able to pick out pretty well. Adding to it, it's got the very large domes all the way around. You'll see the top right there. We'll get a better look from elsewhere. The camera's kind of working against us here. Okay, as you can see, we can go do eavesdropping and all that good stuff, but honestly we don't have a good reason to until we go off and do a little bit of talking with the Bureau. Oh, and here's a front shot of that big old mosque we were just beside. I've seen some things identify this as a Pasha mosque, but those weren't built for another 400 years, so it's just a big mosque. So here we are, right near the Assassin's Bureau. And we got some lady getting picked on. We can't stand for that.
I'll have your hand for that.
And there is a good reason for doing this right here.
How can one
Thank you. Thank you. I'll find a way to repay this kindness, I swear it.
over here?
Those fellas in black are unlocked whenever we save a female citizen. Vigilantes. If we're ever running, and we lead the guards through vigilantes, they'll grab and occupy them. I could probably head up into the Bureau, but I wanted to try something out here. That's what happens when you try attacking them from the front with your blade when they're aware.
Where did he come from? The Emperor! Carry on with your mission.
Come on. Here we go. If you knock someone on the ground and have them prone, you can take them out in one shot. Now, before I get any more popular with the guards, I gotta head up here. As soon as I climb it, right?
Come back.
Oh, jeez.
I'll have your head. Stay on him.
This is awkward.
That was unwise.
Slow them down for you.
Oh, okay. The bureau is right up here. You'll see the emblem, but you'll notice that little roofed area is closed. We dropped down through there. Since the guards are after us, they won't let us in. It'd compromise the location of the bureau. So we just hide in one of these roof gardens.
I was sure he was nearby.
And now that we're vanished, just wait for this guard to go away, because they don't like people being on the roofs. And we're clear. Now to meet with the Rafiq here. Just in case you were wondering, the Rafiq in the Assassin's Bureau, they're typically scholars. They wear the black robes. You'll be seeing this fella end down here.
Altair, it is good to see you, and in one piece.
You as well, friend.
I am sorry for your troubles.
Think nothing of it.
A few of your brothers were here earlier, in fact. Oof, if you'd heard the things they said, I'm certain you'd have slain them where they stood.
It's quite all right.
Yes, you've never been one for the creed, have you?
Is that all?
I'm sorry. Sometimes I forget myself. What business brings you to the mass?
A man named Tamir. Al-Muallim takes issue with the work he does. I meant to end it. Now tell me where to find him.
Surely you remember how to track an enemy.
Of course. Learn where he will be and when. But that sort of work is best left for... I understand.
Go and search the city, determine what he's planning and where he works. Preparation makes the victor.
What can you tell me of him?
Tamir makes his living as a black market merchant, so the souk district should be your destination. I would suggest you seek out the following places. A small souk northeast of here, the madrasa to our east, and in the gardens north of this bureau. Focus on these places and he should become well known to you.
I assume you want me to return to you when this is done.
Yes. Come back to me. I'll give you Al-Muallim's marker and you'll give us Tamir's life.
As you wish.
Remember, Altair, if you find yourself in trouble and the city turned against you, return to the bureau. I can shelter you from the storm. Be warned though, if your enemies are too close, my door will remain closed until you've lost them. Do you understand?
Yes. To bring the enemy inside would compromise the Brotherhood.
Very well. Off you go.
Alrighty, so let's make a counterclockwise sweep of the whole place. Here we are in the far east. Down there you'll see the souk that we're going to be heading toward. It stands out pretty well, and you can also see further inland the mosque from before. Right there. The mosque is just west of the souk. You'll see the mosque is pretty distinctive with the east, west, north, south walls on the map. While we're here, let's pickpocket this guy.
Something needs to be done. It's only a matter of time before someone else discovers it.
Tell him then, it's in his best interest to keep the souk secure.
He won't meet with me. Too busy with this new deal of his.
And the guards?
Tried already. They won't lift a finger unless the order comes from him.
Then what will you do?
I'll go to Abul Nukud.
The merchant king? He won't see you.
He doesn't have to. I've written him a letter that explains the problem. He can read it and decide for himself.
Remember that merchant king's name. We'll deal with him later on. For now, we have a mark. And here's a front shot of the Souk al-Salah. Al-Salah, from what I can find, kind of translates to the Grand or the Great. And a souk is a trade quarter, so for all intents and purposes, this is just called the Great Trade Quarter, or the main one. This is further in along the bazaar. Same general region. We passed through it earlier. Got another fella to pickpocket here. Don't mind me. Don't mind me.
Do you understand?
Yes. I am to deliver the letter to your merchant friend.
And you know who to see?
The same man as always.
Do not think to betray my presence in this city. We have many eyes, many ears.
And many arms, yes. Good for silencing those who say too much. I know this well. You have my word.
Good. Then be quick about it. Time is short.
Don't be shy. Come on. Yoink. I think we just ruined that poor guy's day. Oh well. Off we go.
What have I done wrong? Tell me, please.
Tamahal.
Let's shake it up with a little bit of fighting, shall we?
Move! You cannot run forever! He's a
Thank you. Thank you. I'll find a way to repay this kindness, I swear it.
Where was I? This is along the north. You'll see a canal off to the right there. And there's me vandalizing someone's little shop.
Should I interest you in some of my... You dare steal in my presence? That will cost you your life!
Let's do a little more fighting.
Pay for your steal!
Out of the way!
I will end your life!
How can one get away from me?
And there you see that asshole throwing me. I'm largely just doing this to show off the combo kills. And also, in these encounters, these guys have brittle bone disorder or something. I threw him and he died. This happens again later on. Kinda confused me, so I just left it in. But we've worked our way around, and here we are on the western edge of the poor district. There's someone singing Tamir's praises down there. Let's go question him.
But recent business had been poor. It seemed there were none in Jerusalem who wanted what he had. Fruits and vegetables from nearby farms. As Tamir drove his caravan north, he came across the Saracen leader and his starving men. Most fortunate for them both, each having something the other wanted. Some say, were it not for Tamir, Salah ad-Din's men would have surely turned on him. Could be we won the battle because of that man.
You seem to know quite a bit about Tamir. Tell me what he's planning.
I know only the stories I tell, nothing more.
A pity. There's no reason to let you live if you've nothing to offer in return.
Wait! There is one thing.
Continue.
He is preoccupied as of late. He oversees the production of many weapons.
What of it? They're meant for Salah ad-Din. This does not help me, which means it does not help you.
No, stop, listen! Not Salah ad-Din. They're for someone else. The crests these arms bear, they are different, unfamiliar. It seems Tamir supports another, but I know not who.
Is that all?
Yes. I've told you everything I know.
Then it's time for you to rest.
Well, that wasn't very polite. Yeah, well. Let's continue our sweep.
I'll have your head!
Along the way to the southwest corner, came across this. Just a second. You'll notice scaffolding right there. Just wait for it. Oh, come on. Hand-eye coordination. Throw someone into it, one shot, kill. And if any of his buddies happen to be real close, it'll take them out too. Anyhow, southwest corner. This isn't too far from the bureau.
It is a crusade! A crusade for what? Ignorance? Violence? Madness?
And we got somebody to eavesdrop on down here.
We must fight them in any way we can! South comes the English king
screw it.
and his infidel army. They leave horrors in their wake. Salah ad-Din arrives to meet you, and these barbarous acts might be avenged. Glorious He may grant us victory.
So, how did you manage to do it?
Oh, it wasn't easy, my friend. No, not at all. Cursed merchant caught me trying to steal from him. Called for help.
I can't imagine the guards were pleased.
At least a dozen of them appeared. All well armed and spoiling for a fight.
What did you do?
I ran over, under, and through the crowd. Knocked over a few stalls for good measure. But they kept coming.
Then how did you escape?
With a little help from my friends.
What do you mean?
There's a couple of my brothers who gather around the southeastern exit of the souk. They let me pass and then turned their attention towards the guards. Kept them distracted while I got away. Without their help, I wouldn't be here right now.
Man, Al's got some really good ears. Well, time to head eastward. And of course, once again, you'll see the souk to the northeast and the northwest of the mosque. Down here, though, is a lesser souk of sorts.
My good people, your service has come to an end. I've anything anyone could possibly need. God save him. He's gone mad.
I'm just kind of stalling right here for some reason. Okay, time to listen. No. Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's rats.
No, it's children. I hear them laughing.
Rats or children. Either way, it's bad for business. All that noise!
Someone needs to get up on those beams and clear them out.
I wonder how they're getting up there.
Must be through the central courtyard.
Then we should ask the guard to have a look.
Ah, they're all much too busy polishing the backside of their master.
And another means of access. Bit by bit, it's coming together. Now we could head on over, but we're not done quite yet. I want to gather everything. So, further east, we come across a rather unique structure. It's not as easily spotted as some of the others I've pointed out, but it does stand out. Get a better look in a second. Is an actual rounded guard tower. Now there's an archer up here, and there's also a bit over there you can barely see. It's cracked off. And I want to try throwing him over, just for the hell of it. Of course, I kinda got stupid here with the controls for some reason. I tried grabbing him in non-aggressive mode, and I just tried pushing him as a result. There we go. As you'll see later, I love throwing people off roofs. It's quite fun. Okay. Done up here. There's one last thing I want to point out. You'll remember the bureau, he mentioned a madrasa. That's it, right over there. Now, a madrasa is kind of a loose term. Madrasa can mean basically a place of learning. Nowadays, it's applied to universities, colleges, private schools, public schools, religious schools. And apparently it's a place of some sort of learning, not sure what sort. But right next to it, we've got another tower we gotta climb. By this point, you're probably wondering why I'm not heading to the other districts. Well, it may not look like it from here, but we're actually blocked off by some of those barriers that we see usually. You know, the faint blue fog or what have you. It's not part of this memory. Just letting y'all see the view a bit. But yes, this is the southeastern corner. Or at least the madrasa is. Right there's the mosque. There's the souk. The souk as a whole has kind of an odd series of structures, so it's kind of a general area. Okay. Now we just gotta head southeast and take out this last little eavesdropping. And we should be done.
Curse the Christian king and his army of infidels! They go against the will of God and must be made to pay. Everywhere they arrive, they leave only suffering in their...
You dare steal in my presence?
Help me! Somebody help me!
You dare steal in my presence?
One more fight for the road.
Will cost you your life! Yes! This won't be too difficult. Yeah! You will not get away from me! You will not win. Yeah!
The combat itself is pretty limited right now. We get a few neat tricks later on. But as it stands, I'm still more of a fan of the free running and escaping sort of approach. On occasion, you'll see the enemies taunting us, and I'll get to it in the future, but if you have your hidden blade out when they're taunting you, or scratching their leg or something, you can one-shot them. And here's Brittle Bones striking again. He took a nasty tumble and died.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll find a way to repay this kindness, I swear it.
Now, we need to eavesdrop, but the bench over here and all the commotion got emptied out. In order to use a bench for cloaking or eavesdropping, you need someone on either side. So we're going to have to clear out and let the people come back. Let's just climb this roof real fast and, whoa. Wait a minute.
Autobots, roll out!
Nah. Alright, let's circle back around and spy on these guys.
Who did this? Who did this?
It wasn't me.
Them in any way we can.
Wrong guy. Wrong guy. There you go.
Curse the Christian king and his army of infidels.
He's called another meeting.
What is it this time? Another warning? Another execution?
No, he has work for us to do.
Which means we won't be paid.
He's abandoned the ways of the Merchant Guild. Does as he pleases now.
He treats us as if we were his servants.
And the guard does nothing to stop him.
Enough! We must go. If we're late, he'll be angry, and we'll suffer for it.
Perhaps one day, someone will have the courage to stand up to him.
Perhaps. But until that day arrives, we should do as told.
Someone should stand up to him. But who would that be?